here's the thing. We thought LeBron had a good relationship with his former Cavs GM, David Griffin, but probably not anymore. Griffin told Sports Illustrated that he was miserable working with LeBron in Cleveland. He added, quote, literally the moment we won the championship, I knew I was going to leave. There was no way I was going to stay for any amount of money. Griffin also said about LeBron, quote, I don't think he's the same animal anymore about winning. After the article was released, LeBron tweeted this. All right. Enough is enough. The throne has been played with too much, and I ain't for horseplay. Ether coming soon, and then plenty of emojis followed. Rob Parker is still with us. Rob, do you have a problem with these comments from Griffin?
Shannon, can you see me? Yes.
Yeah, I see your mug.
Of course not. I gotta say this. This is like, here's an old TV reference for you. Candid camera. Nobody could be more candid than David Griffin was. And what I mean by that is, this is like he didn't know he was talking to somebody where he's just being honest in a conversation, talking to your best friend. These comments here are not what normally somebody would do if you're still in the business, still have to see that guy, still has to deal with somebody. These are really, really honest. And these are the things we've been talking about forever. LeBron never takes the blame. It's always somebody else. It's not fun. That's why players won't come play with him. And don't give me Anthony Davis because he's under the same management, same agent.
Correct.
And then I'll buy that somebody wants to play with LeBron. And don't tell me about B and C grade players who are looking for a ring and all that who joined LeBron.
Well,
I'm talking about star players.
Who wanted to go play? Who wanted to go play with Kawhi? Did KD want to go? Did Kyrie or Jimmy Butler?
You mean the guy who just won a championship with no first round, with no lottery picks? That guy? No. All I know is Paul George didn't want to come back to Los Angeles to play with LeBron, but he came to the Clippers to play with with Kawhi.
Southern California. And don't give me that Southern California. Don't give me that Southern California that the Clippers was his favorite team, and that's why I don't want to hear that.
I'm not buying that either. I'm not buying that. I agree with you. Okay, so I'm not there. But I just thought David Griffin, a lot of the stuff that he talked about, I thought was spot on, really, really honest. I don't think he was just going after LeBron. He was being honest. To use the word miserable, he could say, it was tough to work with LeBron. LeBron wouldn't commit to the organization. He's asking us to make moves for 2 and 3 years down the road, and he's only committed to 1. Those are all honest takes on what he's talking about. But to use the term miserable, that's as candid as you can be, Shannon. That's not Mickey Mousing around. So I love that he was honest in this situation for a guy who's still in the business. I didn't have any problem with it. Did LeBron have a problem? Will LeBron have a problem? I guess he won't be as friendly with them now after that stuff is.
I'd say not.
But I don't think that he went like after LeBron. I think he asked him some questions, and I think he was honest.
Well, my question is, so why do you need to have a press conference to offer clarifications? You said what you said, stand by what you said, and keep it moving. Why would he need to have a press conference, Rob Parker? Why is he sending out now that's not what he meant? Why would he do that? If you say you're going to stand, you stand on this. This is you having an honest conversation. Is there a reason to have a press conference to offer clarification?
Because that's where we are in this world. Everybody,
I ain't talking about no we.
People walk back stuff every day, Shannon, because they don't know how it plays. I think he was being honest, and then when it came out, and sometimes, Skip, you know this, things in print look totally different from when you say them.
They do.
And when people can go back and read it, you go, oh, you know what I mean?
It's hard. It can be hard in that sense.
I tell you what. Normally, when someone says they've been misquoted, they would say, play the transcript. Tell David Griffin to have that gentleman to release the transcript. So we'll have perfect context of what he said. You don't want that because it might even be worse than what the guy in print said. But anyway, with that being withstanding, he was without a job. He's working for NBA TV. Rob, why didn't he say that then? Why did he say that LeBron James had brought into the culture and that he won and you can win with a guy like that? See, I'm a guy, if I got something to say to you, I bet you $5 to a bucket of bull jive. I say it to your face. I ain't gonna wait till I'm away from you and to say this. You know exactly how Shannon behind no closed doors and say I'm taken out of context. No, this is how I feel. The man, hold on. When he didn't get the contract extension, LeBron James tweeted, "I appreciate you, Griff, even if no one else does." His wife tweeted, 43 million Twitter followers, about the winery, the vineyard, or whatever his wife had. Talk glowing praise about Griff. No good deed goes unpunished.
Shannon, do you want people to be honest? I mean, and talk about it in life. I think sometimes.
Yeah, I want LeBron to be honest and say
sometimes it's not always as pretty as you think it is. And yes, they won a championship.
I want Bron to be honest and say, you know what? Griff was terrible. The only reason guys came was because of me. Because do you know what Griff was before? First of all, Griff got the job because Chris Plant got fired. Let's be real. We're going to get an opportunity to find out just how good of a general manager that he is. Now, you know the standard is, if he doesn't win a championship, now what, Rob? What are you going to say then? Oh, at least he's happy. I'd rather be happy than win. Is that what you're going to say, Rob?
I'm not going to say that. It's about winning. It is about winning.
Okay.
By the way, Shannon Sharp, today you're hiding in a little box, so you're not saying it to our face. You're hiding in your little box. Where are you when we need you? Up here.
I'll be back Monday.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have the guts to say it to our face. You have to hide in your little box. Now, back to Jenny's question. Do I have a problem with David? No, I don't have a problem. I've been saying the same things for years on television that he said in this article. I co-sign on all the points he made. LeBron wants all the credit, none of the blame, zero part of the blame. And again, has LeBron lost his zest for winning? Is he the winning animal he used to be in Cleveland before they broke through and got lucky and Draymond got suspended and they came from 3-1 down to win that championship for Cleveland? Nope, he's not been the same since then to me. But again, David said it. And where I'm going to have a huge problem is if he has a big press conference and says, I didn't say that, I didn't say that, and I didn't say that. Or that's out of context, which I never quite understand because these quotes just stand alone.
I know. What context do you need? That he was miserable,
it's hard.
right?
Okay.
That word says a lot.
Skip, it's like Charles Barkley being misquoted in his autobiography.
Right.
Yeah.
How you get misquoted?
He did say that.
He did say it.
He did say that. So we also might hear, and I'm not casting any aspersions on the young SI writer who conducted the interview and wrote the piece, but we might hear, I thought some of that was off the record. Well, then you said it and it got into print. Whose fault is that? The one thing I always loved about Jerry Jones, we spoke of in our last topic, was I did 3 books that heavily involved Jerry Jones. I spent literally hundreds of hours hanging out with him, just interviewing him.
Sure.
Sometimes I was taking notes, sometimes I was taping, and sometimes we were just talking. Jerry made it clear to me whatever comes out of his mouth is quotable. Nothing is off the record. I'll just talk. Well, you got to respect that. And David Griffin, I think, is not a good talker. I think he's a great interview. And when he gets wound up and gets rolling, maybe he thought some of it was just in idle conversation with the writer that he was.
But you're talking to a writer. You know what I mean.
You've been there 1,000 times.
It's a hard position to be in.
Okay, there you go.
But the things that he talked about. Go ahead, Shannon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but Skip, he better not say he thought he was being off the record because then context does not matter.
Nope.
Because you thought you was off the record. That's why you're saying you're trying to act.
You're better off not having a press conference and just leaving it as it stands.
There you go.
But the stuff that he talked about, and this is LeBron, every time he loses, he doesn't have help. How can you expect him to win? No matter what they brought along, he doesn't have help. The other part, the Hollywood part, and LeBron said it himself. When he won the championship, remember on the tape, he said, that's when I became the GOAT. He basically said he was done, like that was his crowning moment. And when he came here, Skip, on this very show, what did I say? I said he came to L.A. to be Meryl Streep. He came here for the Hollywood part of it. It wasn't about basketball. But no, because, Shannon, this is the first time he came without a team in place. You remember, this was not LeBron. LeBron has never done that.
Let me ask you a question, Rob. David Griffin said he's a different animal. He doesn't have the same. But when they traded Kyrie and David Griffin was no longer the general manager, can you tell the people where LeBron James ended up at, Rob Parker?
What do you mean, where'd he end up? What, in the finals?
Oh, in the finals. Yeah, but he's not that same animal.
In the easy Eastern Conference, where LeBron had a cakewalk every year. Come on, Shannon. He came out to the West, and what happened?
You see what you do?
They couldn't even make the playoffs.
You see what you do? You see what you do, Rob? He goes, it's the easy conference. Now, he didn't demand that the Lakers go get a second superstar like Kawhi did. I have not heard Rob Parker say one thing about Kawhi demanding a second superstar. I have not heard Rob Parker say one thing about Paul George demanding a trade just like AD did with 2 years left on his contract. But you see what you did there, Rob Parker? I'm starting to see. You're starting to let that old Skip, you've been around Skip so long, you're starting to rub off on him. You're starting to look just like it. Everything that LeBron does, yeah, y'all look alike. Look alike, yeah. Really? Yeah, I know it is.
I don't
everything everything that LeBron says or does is bad. But so when someone else does the exact same thing, Rob Parker, can you tell me the difference between what Kawhi did, telling the Clippers I need a second superstar in order for me to come, or Paul George going to Sam Presti saying I need you to trade me with 2 years left on my contract? Can you tell me the difference? And I say, you know what, Rob, you're right.
I get the old part about the adding another star, and nobody said LeBron shouldn't get. That was the plan, is that he was going to add another star to come with him. So that's nobody's against that. But what LeBron tries to do is stack the deck. He wanted Kawhi Leonard as well. He wanted 3 guys. That's what he did in Miami. He always wants the deck stacked. And he's the one who's created the imbalance in the NBA. The duos are great, Shannon.
Was the deck stacked in Golden State? Was the deck stacked in Boston?
Yes, well, LeBron started it. LeBron is the one who did that and made Golden State decide that they wanted to add Kevin Durant.
So let me ask you a question. So Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and Dennis Johnson, that's not a stacked deck.
Do you know how they got those players, Shannon? You want me to give you a history lesson? You want to know about things called trades and drafting? It's totally different.
So in other words, as long as the team put it together, you can stack the deck. If the teams put it together.
No, but if I'm drafting well and I get these guys, it ain't the same as going and recruiting guys and creating an imbalance in the league. That's what we just had. The Warriors went to 5 straight NBA Finals for the first time since the 50s.
Rob, it's different now. It's a different time. You got to get out of the 70s and 80s and look at to now. Guys are moving now. The likelihood of you seeing a Kobe Bryant, and I gave Skip a stat yesterday. Of the active players, only 2 players have been on their team 10 years or more. Udonis Haslem and Steph Curry. Of the current 400 players, only 2. You see where this league is going at, Rob Parker?
Yes,
it's not the same.
I know it's not the same, but LeBron has had a big influence on a lot of people whenever you're that best guy. If LeBron never would have left Cleveland the first time, I'm telling you, KD would still be in OKC. A lot of these players, when you look at LeBron and see what he was able to do and say, okay, then these guys started to follow the leader.
By the way, I did like
and a lot of guys got paid, too.
I did like the Meryl Streep reference. I never heard that, and I had to juggle that. But she does always get nominated, and she always loses.
Right? This is, yes.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Whatever, Skip Bayless. Yeah. Meryl Streep might be the greatest female actor of all time. Yeah. Now, Katharine Hepburn has 4 Oscars, but Meryl Streep is no slouch now.
No, she's no slouch. Go again. But she's worse than 3 and 6 in the finals, right?
Oh, you guys.
Hold on, Skip Bayless. So in other words, as long as somebody has those Oscars, Daniel Day-Lewis has 3. He's not better than Denzel. I don't care what you say.
Okay. And Rob, thank you for joining us. Here's the thing. Big Ben is apparently a new guy. Why do I say this? Well, we'll tell you about it next.